Obviously, it's different, and we're happy because it's a win. It was great to get goals. We always felt that, if we got a goal, then maybe those floodgates would open up. So they opened up a little bit for us today. So I'm really happy for the group in the locker room because they've stayed the course and they continue to believe in themselves, and they got a good victory tonight.
Matt.
What did you make of the red card decision with Clint?
I haven't really seen the replay. I thought Ortiz went into him pretty hard with an elbow and sort of went across his body. But I can't really comment on Clint's actions because I haven't seen the replay.
Jackson.
Coach, last year, going back, you had a 1-8 run in the MLS, and then you broke out against Orlando 4-0, and went on a great run of 4-1-4 to close out the season. Does this feel somewhat similar to Orlando last year, a 1-6-1 run recently, and now you get 5-0?
Well, obviously winning 5-0, it feels great. I don't know if I can compare it to Orlando. I mean, I thought last week we played really well and came away with nothing. So what you're always looking for as a coach is that the team's playing well and creating chances. And today we were able to finish the chances we created. And we probably had a couple more, where we were close to it. So right now, we're not going to look ahead. Are we going to get another win? We're looking at the next game. We want to go down to Portland and win.
Masvida.
Everybody played well, but what did Jovan Jones bring for you today? What did you get out of him?
Jovan was good. I thought his concentration was really good, not only offensively, because he gets a goal. Whenever a defender gets a goal, everybody thinks, oh, he had a good game. But I was happy with him defensively. I thought he did a really good job of getting his body in there, getting in front of people early on in the game. Somebody tried to beat him. I think it was Atiba Harris, and he just got his body in front of him. And he was really solid for us defensively, especially when Barrios came in.
They held a lot of guys that typically start for them out of their starting lineup tonight. Did that kind of surprise you at all, or just what did you make of the lineup that they fielded?
I had a couple of words for my team about that, and they reacted appropriately.
Andrew.
Coach, Clint's obviously a fiery competitor, but he's had a couple of these kind of retaliatory moments throughout his time here in Seattle. Have you ever spoken with him about that?
There's the one moment that he got suspended for, when we played Toronto, and I think that was 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I don't know if that was, I think that was 2 years ago. And obviously then tonight, he competes. He's also oftentimes a target. And, I think people forget that, the opponent sometimes targets him, and so they put a little extra into it. And, I think the protection from the referees has to be there as well.
Jeremiah.
Andres had the shot that led to the red card and the penalty. He had the goal, he had an assist. And he seemed much more active today than he had been. Can you just speak to his play?
Yeah, he was good. We wanted them to play a little more on the left wing, push up higher there, stay wider. And obviously, he came through, statistically very, very well. But I thought he had a good game. He had some good moments for us. And certainly his passing helped us today.
Follow-ups. Jackson.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Roldan's growth throughout basically his entire time in Seattle, by getting his first MLS goal, and just his growth in the midfield?
Yeah, it was a nice header, huh, for a little guy. He just comes to work every day. He's very honest in that regard, and he listens, he learns, and he tries to improve. We've asked him to play a little bit outside midfield, the last couple of games, and he stepped in and done that role very well. But I couldn't be more pleased because he's a guy who gives you everything he has and wants to grow and wants to improve. And I think from first year to second year, he's improved a lot. And that's the thing with young players. The first year they're going to take some lumps. The second year they're going to get better. The third year they're going to be even better.
Mr. Johnson.
10v10 at halftime, even though you're up 3-0. What was your chat with the club?
Well, we wanted to make sure we gave nothing away, and what I was most pleased with is that, playing 10v10, we won the game 2-0 as well. Is the way I look at it. So, and really the penalty came when they were even numbers as well, so you can look at it as 3-0. But I was happy that we kept possession of the ball. We didn't panic. We knocked it around, drew them out a little bit, and then were able to find spaces that we could attack into. And I thought the team did that well, and that's what we asked them to do at halftime.
Can you give us the your overall gist on those words to your team after you saw Dallas' lineup?
No.
Masvidal.
How pleased are you with scoring the 2 late goals in the 63rd, and then, I mean, you kept
Yeah.
the pressure, kept going.
Very happy because it was 10v10. You know, like I said, and you know, I think it was good for our confidence to show that, you know, and to show our fans as well that it wasn't just playing a man up that resulted in us scoring goals, that we were scoring goals when we were even numbers as well. And you know, like I said, I thought it was a really good combination, the Jovan Jones goal. You know, Fisher did well cutting inside and laying that ball off, and you know, so I'm happy for the guys.
Jason.
Just overall, even more on O'Neal Fisher. I think it was his first appearance since the season opening.
I was happy with him. You know, he's played. I mean, you know, he's trained well, and he's another guy who comes and does his work every day. And so I was happy with him. You know, obviously we expected Castillo to start, and you know, I thought, you know, Fisher's speed and quickness would be a good matchup. He got matched up with him at the end of the game, and I thought he did a good job with him.
Mark.
As much as the goals gave the offensive confidence, how about another shutout? Those have been hard to come by as well this year as well.
Yeah, shutouts are good. I mean, they're hard to come by, especially when you're not scoring goals at the other end. You know, when you score goals at the other end, then the game becomes a little bit easier, and you've got opportunities to possess the ball and counter, and you know, the other team's trying to come at you a little bit. Spaces are a little more open, so it changes the whole complexion. But I thought we did a good job. We kept them from really creating anything, you know, really dangerous. I mean, there's only maybe in the last 10 minutes where I thought they had one thing that started to look like a decent chance, but I thought we did a good job.
Steven.
You're able to sub off Freeberg, Morris, Alonso, and save them for Sunday, but you lose Dempsey. How well positioned for the derby do you feel?
As well positioned as we can be. Obviously, we'd prefer to have Clint in that game because he's a big game player and it's a big game, and I know he thrives on those sort of situations. But we're going to have to make do without him. You know, we wanted to get some guys off the field who've logged a lot of minutes, and we were able to do that. Trying to get Evans, ended up playing midfield at the end, so we tried to get him just to stay in there and sit and not run too much, but that's hard to do with Brad. But you know, I thought overall it was good. I think we came out of the game good physically as well.
Nico.
Andreevich just seems to have a pretty good game. What would you think about him in today's game?
I thought he was good. You know, said earlier, I thought he did a good job staying wide and pushing up. Obviously, his set pieces are a good thing for us. You know, and his second goal off the ball from Ozzy was really key.
Masvidal.
The last one about individual play, but Alonso just seemed to really linchpin the midfielder's distribution. Can you talk about how he read the game and distributed the ball?
Yeah, I thought he did a good job opening the game up for us. I mean, there were like, you know, probably 4 or 5 really good switching balls that he hit, you know, where he found Fisher on the wing, you know, a couple where he found Jovan Jones in. So I thought that distribution part, you know, was really good. I was really pleased for Ozzy there.
Final word. Thanks, guys. Oh, Jeremiah, excuse me.
How much more comfortable? I mean, did you get to enjoy those new seats a little bit more tonight?
Yeah, I haven't enjoyed the seats very much, and you know, it was good. It was good to get a good, comfortable win. You know, and it's happy, you know, and the players, you know, they're obviously congratulating each other. They're saying congratulations to me, but all the congratulations goes to them. You know, they're the ones who have stayed with the course, and now we've got to build upon this.